Alright, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue with our cursed San Jose Sharks. After an amazing regular season where I thought we were coming into the playoffs on fire, all of our stats, our special team stats, our last 10, it was all in the right place. And what do we have? A round 1 exit against the LA Kings. And we had a 3-1 series lead as well, and in the last 3 games, we lost 3 straight. Unbelievable. So, I said at the beginning of the series, we wanted to name a captain, but I need somebody to step up and prove his captaincy material. And it looks like still the San Jose Sharks do not have a captain. 3 chances to get to round 2, and nobody could step up. All right, nobody. I think our young players, there's just that. They're too young still. So I'll just quickly show you the player stats. You guys are going to be laughing at this because it looks like our third line did the best. And I remember last year, all the people saying trade, Kirby Reichel trade, Brendan Gallagher. Well, look at this. Most points for the forwards, Brendan Gallagher, 6 points in 7 games played. Kirby Reichel, 4 points in 7 games played. 4 goals as well. McFarland, 4 points. Walton, 3 points. Terrell, 4th line center, 3 points. McGinn, 4th liner, 2 points. Lupul only had 2 points. Palmieri, 3rd liner, 2 points. Dwight King, 1 point. Brendan Lemieux, he came in for 2 games. He had 1 assist. And then look at this. DeCall, Couturier, and Boucher. Boucher was injured, but still, 5 games played, no points. Couturier, no points. DeCall, only 1 point, right? So our second line just did not show up for us at all in the playoffs, which kind of sucks. I was hoping our depth would be something for us. Defenseman, there you go. There's defenseman and goaltenders. Ernest Chiarelli, I guarantee you his goals against was a lot better before games 6 and 7. Game 6, he allowed the 4 goals. Game 7, he allowed the 5 goals. But he played great in the first 5 games. Our offense just didn't show up for him. So, I don't really know what to do here with the San Jose Sharks. It was definitely a rough loss right there. And I have the feeling of making a change. I want to make a change because a first-round exit really does suck, but our team is still young. We need McFarland and Walton to get a lot better. If they can really man that first line and become 90 overall skaters, I think that does help us. Ernest Chiarelli's still getting better. Our defensive core, Konechiev, if he gets up to a second liner or a first liner, top 2 defenseman, I think that would help us out. And it seems like our depth was decent for the playoff run. Maybe having a third line with power forwards does help us out. But we need our first and second line to really shape up as well. You know what? Hang on a second. We'll follow our AHL team during the playoffs here. And actually, let me just blow my nose quickly. All right, that's much better. So, AHL team, we're in the second round, and we are tied 2-2 in the series. So, let's see what they do here. Not that it matters because our future core is still on the San Jose Sharks already. But still, we'll just watch it. We have a really disgusting AHL team, actually. Look at that record, 53, 19, and 4. And yeah, we're off to the third round. Best lines, whatever. You never know. We might have a depth player on the AHL team that can come up and, you know what? Let me stop the simulation. Let me send back down some of our rookies there. Like Brendan Lemieux, he can go down. He can play for them. All right. Hang on a second here. All skaters. Russell, you don't need to go down. Brendan Lemieux, you go down. Honka, no, he's a top 6 defenseman. No, everybody else is already top 6. Oh, shit. I got to go to edit lines now. Hang on. Might as well get Brendan Lemieux in there. I'd like it if he could turn into a legit 3rd or 4th liner if he gets those better defensive stats. Roster moves. Edit lines. AHL. There you go. So Lemieux's back on the first line with Stefan Sundin. Yeah, if one of those guys could get better. But at least, I got to reassess the contract situation this year. I got to figure out what we can do with this team. I still feel like we have a good team. It just sucks that we have to get kicked out like that. I felt like we were coming into the playoffs on such a good run. I hoped it would last, but no. We went up against the tough LA Kings. And 3 games, man, up 3-1. We couldn't finish it off. We're not a veteran team. We don't have veteran leadership right now. We don't have that captain. We need a first line center that can just tear it up. We need McFarland to become 90 overall. That's what we need, man. All right, come on now, boys. AHL, down 2-1 in the series. There you go, 2-2 again. Come on now, boys. Oh, down 3-2. Elimination game. Oh, game 7. AHL team in the final against the Lake Erie Monsters. All right. We have a much better record than that. We can beat them. All right. So looks like our AHL team is doing very well. This might help out Stefan Sundin or Brendan Lemieux. Come on, boys. You guys can beat that team. What kind of record do they have? Jesus, we have like 12 more regulation wins than they do. Did we lose? I think we did. Yeah, if it's a slow simulation like that, I think we lost. Yes, we did. So, our AHL team lost in the Calder final, and the San Jose Sharks lost in round 1. So, disappointing year for both teams. especially with that record for the AHL team. You know they wanted to win the Calder. It's way too good. And the Buffalo Sabres are your Stanley Cup champions. All right, very interesting. Is that the, what's it called? Oh, I'm trying to think back of, did I trade Jamie Benn to the Buffalo Sabres? Was it Buffalo that I, or was it, no, it was, Couture went to Philadelphia. It might have been Buffalo. Yeah, it might have been Buffalo. Jesus. So Jamie Benn turns it around in Buffalo? What the hell? We'll simulate up here to the draft. I don't know what I want to do at all. I got to take a look at the contract situation and figure out who can come back and who needs to be traded away. So this video, I don't know how long it's going to go. I just want to see what we have, what our options are, basically. All right, so here you go. Here are the retirements. I'll just go down and show you guys all of them. Koval, oh no, Kovalchuk. Jordy Benn. No, that's not Jamie Benn. All right. Mike Camilleri's gone. Travis Zajac is gone. Thomas Vanek is gone. Justin Williams. Did we lose anybody? No, we did not. We have a young team. Dion Phaneuf. Mikhail Grabowski. All right. Goaltenders. Hiller and Lundqvist. King Henrik has retired. Oh, that's a big one. All right. Man, my freaking nose. Hang on one second. All right, so that's much better. So let's take a look at the awards. We'll do all the season wrap-up here. The postseason wrap-up. Awards. I want to see if Ernest Chiarelli won the Vezina trophy this year. So the Buffalo Sabres are your Stanley Cup champions. President's Trophy, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Clarence S. Campbell, Edmonton. So Edmonton versus Buffalo in the final. All right. Art Ross Trophy, Steven Stamkos. Hart Memorial, Steven Stamkos. James Norris, Jared Spurgeon. Lady Byng, Steven Stamkos. Calder Memorial, Anthony McFarland. So the Rookie of the Year goes to our first overall pick. So at least he had a good year. He's still growing, right? He's still growing. Conn Smythe, Andre Makarov, the goaltender, I believe. Vezina Trophy, Ernest Chiarelli. Back-to-back years, Ernest Chiarelli's a Vezina Trophy winning goaltender. He's not going anywhere, boys. William M. Jennings, Jonathan Quick, Bill Masterton, Mirko Mueller, Frank J. Selke, Patrice Bergeron, Ted Lindsay, Jonathan Drouin, Maurice Richard, Jonathan Drouin. All right, so there you go. The Buffalo Sabres, Stanley Cup champions. Playoff tree, I'll just show you this quickly. There you go, that's how it looked. Columbus and Buffalo, the final two in the East, and Minnesota versus Edmonton, the final two in the West. There you go. All right, so let's take a look at exactly what we need and what we can go into the future with. I don't really want to change the team too much because I feel like if we keep the exact same team, we're going to be better for next year because everyone's going to get older, right? Everyone's going to get a little bit better, hopefully. But at the same time, if we have a bad contract, I might have to move, or maybe we want to get some more depth. Who knows? Scouting report. We'll see what's available here. So in the draft, you have an offensive defenseman in the #1 position. Left wing, two-way forward, left wing, two-way forward, left wing, power forward. All right, and it looks like there's a goaltender as well. Yeah, Robert Lundberg. All right, so you have some players there. I'm not going to be trading up in the draft, though. I don't think that's necessary. What else? Yeah, we'll go contracts. All right, so let's take a look at who we have on this team and who we want to keep. So Ernest Chiarelli, hopefully he gets a jump. I think he gets 2 more jumps. I think he'll stay 25 at September, so it's 1 more year after this that he still gets the jump. All right, and Enroth can be our backup. There's nothing wrong with that. Defenseman, all right, so here we go. So Dougie Hamilton, 88 overall. Merrill, 87 overall. Shattenkirk, 87. So they're all still good enough, and Shattenkirk's only 32. We can hold on to him for some time still. All right, he's got more than enough. All right, Konechev, we have to sign this year, though. All right, we only have $11 million of cap. Same thing with Honka. We got to sign this year. Cody Ceci, 82 overall. We might want to trade Cody Ceci just because we got him signed 4 years. I mean, he's not a bad little player to have, but if he's going to be playing third-line time, might as well get like a dedicated defensive defenseman with a better physical and defensive category. Somebody who can kill off penalty kills. Because we have Konechev and Honka. Merrill, Shattenkirk, Hamilton. Yeah, these guys are all two-way defensemen. Yeah, we could use a defensive defenseman instead of Cody Ceci. All right, so there's one change that we can make. Yeah, so everybody still but Cody Ceci. All right. And then the forwards, McFarland, Walton, DeCall. All right, so they're all still 87 overall, so that's good. Couturier, I got to re-sign him this year. Gallagher, we still have for another 2 years after this, so I think I should keep him for 1 more year. Same thing with Reed Boucher, Kirby Reichel, yeah. All these guys I have for like another 3 or 2 years after this. So these guys like Lemieux, Lemieux, Palmieri, Reichel, Boucher, Gallagher, the time to trade them would be next year because we have them for one more year after that. Hold on to them for one more year, see what they can do for you as depth forwards because they all have pretty good contracts, right? Maybe not Kirby Reichel, he's dropping off a little bit because they're getting third line time, but still. They played good first in the playoffs. Joffrey Lupul, he's dropped a little bit, but I get to re-sign him this year, so it's not a problem. All right, yeah. All right, so I think the best thing that we could do right now is make that trade for that defensive defenseman, if we wanted to, if we could make it. So let's go into the trading block and see who's available here. All right, trading block. I need a defenseman who is a top 6 defenseman who has a really good physical and defensive category. This is what I need. Let me just jack these up. Let's see if there's anybody. No search results. All right, that's fine. Let me drop the physical category down by 1. Anything? No search results. That's fine. Let me drop both of them down by 1. There you go. Somebody should show up there. Justin Falk from Phoenix, 32 years old. All right, 1 year left. Yeah, that works out. How many penalties does this guy take? 85 penalty minutes. That's a little bit too much. And his offensive categories really ain't the greatest, so I'm going to say no to that. All right, you know what I'll open up? Let me just open up top 4 defensemen here. There you go. That'll be a little bit more. Coburn, Trevor Daley, all right, all these guys. Let me see what the best players with the best contracts that we can sign here. 1 year left, Bartkowski, all right. He's 85 overall, $6 million. Bartkowski. All right, two-way defenseman, same thing. Nah, that really wouldn't make sense to make that trade. You know what? Maybe I should make the trade. Yeah, maybe I should make the trade after I sign everybody so you guys can see them. Let me just show you guys some defensemen here. Let me just see all the defensemen with the trade value nice and low. All right, I mean, maybe we could get Coburn as a veteran defenseman, but what's his contract? What's his potential like? 3.5 star? Not bad. I agree that we need that defensive defenseman. Maybe Trevor Daley might be a good idea. 112 penalty minutes. Jesus. All the defensive defensemen, they take so many penalties. Bartkowski, Bartkowski doesn't take that many, but his defensive awareness is only 86, right? Would he be that much a better choice than Cody Ceci? And I have to re-sign him this year, so is he going to want a lot, right? So, I don't know. Here's a bunch of defensemen for you guys. I'll just lower this again. Hang on. Physical. Let me lower that down. All right. Here's a bunch more defensemen for you guys to look at. There you go. Ooh, who's this guy? Walter Morrison, enforcer defenseman. 90 overall for defensive awareness, 83 shot blockings, 86 for stick checking. His physical category is great. All right, Walter Morrison. When did this guy get drafted? And the 20th overall. Oh, man. This guy could be somebody that we could stick back there. 232 penalty minutes. Jesus. Walter Morrison. All right, Brennan. Hjalmarsson. No. Too much salary still left. Daly, no. Stone, no. Too much trade value. All right, so I don't really know what defenseman I want to trade for just yet, but that enforcer from the Columbus Blue Jackets, he might be somebody that I want to pick up. All right, so let's go into the draft. Let me blow my nose again, for God's sakes. All right, so let's head into the draft then. Don't really know exactly what defenseman that we want. That defensive defenseman list, the trade value was a little bit much for every single one of them. But I thought I might try to take a chance on one of those defensemen, the enforcer defenseman from the Columbus Blue Jackets. I don't think I have to give up too much, and an enforcer might be exactly what we need there in the playoffs. Who knows, right? It might be just something that we can try out. And he's 22 years old, 82 overall, 1 year left, and he's that kind of trade value. I think it's just a nice thing to try out. Why not? He's got a decent shooting category as well, right? It's just the penalty minutes. But did he get those many penalty minutes because he was playing like top 4 time on this team, right? With penalty kill time. He's going to get top 6 time with penalty kill time with us. But, you know, it's something I might just want to try and take a chance on. Just take a chance on it. So Morrison. Now, how much am I going to have to give back for Morrison here? Enroth, got to hold on to you. You only got 1 year left anyways. Cody Ceci, I might want to just give him up now before he drops. You know what? Yeah, I could just give him up now. I know I have Abraham Helm, who's an enforcer as well, right? But the North Korean, he's taking a little bit longer. He's only like 55 overall still. So we'll wait on him. Conan, don't need any of you. Matsumoto, who's this guy? Another enforcer? Yeah. All right, so I have plenty of enforcer defensemen now. I could trade Cody Ceci for this. Palmieri, got to hold on to him. Boucher, Reichel, hold on. Lupul, 1 year left, might as well hold on. Duclair, we're waiting for him to get a jump this year, hopefully. Lemieux, King, holding on to King. Dwight King, yeah, he's still good enough. Rasheer, another tough guy for us. He's 41 overall. All right, go down here. Yeah. Centers, yeah, I can't trade any of these guys. I got to hold on to all of them. Sundin, no, might as well hold on to these guys. Sundin might get a jump this year, and I can trade him when his trade value goes up. All right, so I might as well hold on to the third, but I don't need these. All right, don't need these draft picks. They're completely useless at this time. All right, so Cody Ceci for Morrison. Yeah, now they don't want to give him up, and the trade values are kind of similar. So, yeah, I'll just try this. Cody Ceci, a third, a fourth, and a fifth for Walter Morrison. Will it go through? Yes, it did. We believe this transaction will contribute to our success here in Columbus. I had to give up a little bit of cap, and you know what? Cody Ceci's trade value wasn't that much to begin with, and when we searched for the defenseman, there really wasn't anybody in the NHL that fit our categories with a low enough trade value. I mean, I can get like a top 4 defensive defenseman and stick him back there, but you know, that's just, I'd have to trade for that. There's no point. So let's skip ahead. Let's go with this guy because he's got the 4-star grinder center. Sure, why not? All right, so we'll auto draft Ottawa, Anaheim, Florida, Carolina. Ottawa, Anaheim, Florida, Carolina. Ottawa, Anaheim, Florida, Carolina. So let's take a look at those picks. Ottawa, Anaheim, Florida, Carolina. So Ottawa. Let's see who they got. They get the goaltender. Holy shit. Grant Smallenberg, offensive defenseman, 4.5 green star potential. So the Ottawa Senators definitely got their new Erik Karlsson right there. Look at him coming into the NHL like that. Holy shit, Smallenberg. He's fast. He's got great passing. Hell yeah, what a draft pick for the Ottawa Senators. So that was something that we maybe should have moved up for, but you know what? Hindsight, can't do it now. We're not that kind of team. Carolina. Was it this guy who went second? Or did they get the goalie? Or maybe they got number 4, yeah. All right, Anaheim and Florida. Yeah, maybe Anaheim got the goaltender. Let's see. Yeah, they did. All right, Lundberg, he's really not that good. And then Florida, last but not least. Oh, look at Ville Husso. About freaking time. He's only 85 overall. Jesus. Robertson. All right, so not a bad two-way forward right there as well. So this year's draft actually had 2 pretty good forwards up front. Not bad. Florida's got him. Yeah, they got Barkov and Robertson now. Not bad. All right. So let's take a look at our re-sign stage here. See who we can bring back and see how much cap space we have going into free agency. I gotta see who's available in free agency and where we can fill up. But I think for the most part, we need to try again with this team. We need to get a little bit better on our first line. Maybe Joffrey Lupul is not going to be the answer anymore because he's a little bit older, but that's what free agency's for. We can't make any trades right now. We don't have the assets. Well, we do have the assets, but we'd have to give up, we'd have to replace. I'm not ready to give up a Brendan Gallagher and a Reichel unless I'm going to replace them right away, and we can do that next year. So hang on a second here. 1, 2, yeah, and then these guys as well you can trade at the end of this year, like Shattenkirk and Merrill. Yeah, it all works out for the next year. The big trades next year. So, Honka, what do you want? Oh, yeah, he wants a lot of money as well. Everyone wants their money now. All right, fair enough. I'll go down to... Let's go down to 4.650. There you go for 3 years for Honka. Konechev now. I can actually sign him long-term, and he might get a jump, but he's only 21 years old. Let's go... I got to save some money. Let's go 4 years. Yeah, let's go 4 years. At 2.6. There you go. Very nice. Morrison, Walter Morrison. Now, let's see how much an enforcer wants here. Yeah, he doesn't want that much. Good. So, 3 years at 1.55. There you go. Walter Morrison. It's going to be very interesting. All right, so these guys, I'm just going to release all these guys. I want to free up some cap space, and we can re-sign them in free agency. I don't even want to waste my time with these guys right now. There you go. All right, so Morrison's coming back. Good. Right wingers. All right, so let's get these guys re-signed. McCarron. I've had this guy for a long time now. I'll sign him to a 2-year deal. Hopefully he gets the jump, and then I can trade him. Same thing with Dozy, and if not, I can just get rid of them right at the beginning of the year kind of thing. All right, there you go. $1 million for 2 years. Go down here, yeah. Left wingers. Joffrey Lupul. Might as well re-sign him. I know he's, you know what, he hasn't dropped to 3-star, so he might still be as good as like a Reed Boucher is. I don't think he'll get the 30 goals, and we might have to bring somebody up to the first line, but he's still not horrible. I'll get him back just for some depth. And for that 2.5 mil, you can't go wrong with that. Matt Nieto, is he worth bringing back? No, he's not worth bringing back. I'm not going to use him on the team, so no, release. There you go. Jamie McGinn, he had a pretty good year, right? Yeah, he's... You know what? His defensive awareness has dropped a little bit. I could find somebody better for the fourth line. Yeah, and if not, I can just re-sign him in free agency. Let's get rid of him. There you go. I want to have as much money as I can going into free agency this year. Wilson, you never know. I'll get a veteran stud for our depth. I'll put him back there. I don't care. Sean Couturier. All right. So he wants a lot of money, but we can afford it for now. Give him 4 years. Can I go down as far as... No, probably not. Let's go 5.650. There you go. All right, very good. And Don Duncan, the grinder, is 3.5 red star potential. Okay, so another 3.5 red star. I've been getting plenty of those. But again, nothing horrible. He can maybe help us out a little bit. So blah, 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 blah. We got everyone back. Yes, we did. Good news. All right. And there's everyone signed. We just got to get Jonas Enroth, and we're gonna have like 15 million to work with here in free agency. So it's good news. So hopefully there is a player or two available that we can sign. I'll just get up to free agency to show you guys quickly. You got to think about the defense. Do we want to have Morrison playing as an enforcer the whole year, or should we just, you know, I got him just in case. So do we need to sign another defenseman just in case, right? In case he doesn't work out. So a defensive defenseman for the top 6. Also, a first liner to replace Joffrey Lupul. If we could find somebody who's a little bit better, another sniper, to play on that first line, that would help us out. Now, I expect Walton and McFarland to get the jump, but still, right? Somebody to play back there to help us out because Joffrey Lupul has dropped a little bit. So here we go, unrestricted free agents. That defenseman Bartkowski is out there, but 6.2 million. Thomas Hertl, all right, there you go. He turned out to be 85 overall. Silverberg, all right. So there are the forwards. Anthony Mantha, what the hell? Oh man, he might get a jump this year. I should definitely sign him. Holy crap! All right, so here are the guys that I could sign. Here are the defensemen that I could sign. All right, there you go. Maybe Fagan or Braun. I think they're defensive defensemen of top 6. That would be nice, possibly. And then goaltenders. There you go. Here's the potential. All right, so there's potential goaltenders I could sign. And potential players. Oh, man, Anthony Mantha. I think that's a no-brainer. Got to sign him. All right, so let me know what you guys think. I'm not going to go any farther. Which players do we need to sign? Any trades? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.